Pretty much, let's talk about it. Like, why do it feel like recruiters are putting up a facade if they don't care? And the young fellow's response is, it's not about how they feel or they don't really care. My mind is, you should care, because as a candidate, we are also your clients. If you're a recruiter and you work off of commission, then we should matter, because we are the ones that's helping you with that commission. You get paid based upon your seat filler. And so, if that's the case, if we're looking at seat fillers and numbers, then you would want to make sure you are potentially building a relationship versus forming relationships with potential candidates. So, with that being said, I've also been in a few talks with these same professionals throughout the job market and asking them, like, what are recruiters saying to keep you interested and to keep that hope alive, right? So, one of them is, I'm really excited to work with you and explore opportunities that match your skills. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, because I didn't think anybody else was looking at my skills. And this is some things that you kind of take yourself back and kind of think about, like, okay, my skills are good. This person just said my skills are good. This recruiter just said my skills are good, and I know they have multiple contracts, so they give this person hope. And so, what could it mean? The recruiter sees potential in your profile and hasn't yet decided if this role or other roles are best fit. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. All right, so I might not be a great fit for this role, but I know there are roles that I am a potential fit for. And what is the term best fit? If you have, as a candidate, you have a line of experiences. You might have experience in just transportation, but in transportation you specialize in X, Y, and Z. And then you also have other skills on top of that. Or you might be in HR like myself, and I might just have, let's not look at the years of experience, because years of experience, I've come across some people that might have years experience over me, but they don't have the knowledge as I have. So you can have someone with 10 years of experience, or 7 years of experience, or 8 years of experience, and they just don't have the same knowledge, or they lack the knowledge that someone who's fresh in the field, because again, they want to know everything. We want to know everything. We want to come out, we want to learn this job, we want to learn this job, we want to know what this means. What does this acronym mean? What does it look like? And we want to go through the motions of it. So we want to learn. So yes, we might not have the years of experience, but we do have the foundation when it comes to experience. And then too, let's make sure we find the perfect fit for your career goals. What is the perfect fit? We don't really know, right? Yes, we want to be in a position that's going to give you a great pay, great benefits, great work life balance, and just a great environment overall. When it comes to workload, the workload makes sense with the pay grade. And so, what would be a great fit for me? Like, I know I love human resources, but I also want to get into research. So, what does that look like for me? We talked about being a good fit, and them wanting to pretty much create like a long term relationship with you. I'll keep you updated as soon as I hear back from the hiring team. I've heard that many of times, and I often wonder, dang, like, this means I correlated that with, this means I'm going to be ghosted. And again, if you ever watched the video previous to this, that's pretty much titled trauma when it comes to interviews, that response after the interview is my trigger, and I kind of go off into, well, I kind of close myself off, because I've heard it so much, and then I've gotten ghosted, or I've not gotten the job, or I've not gotten moved to the next round. So I correlate that to a trauma. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why I feel that recruiters and hiring managers should not go on with ghosted candidates. The first reason is respecting the person's time and effort. their time goes into making, if they have kids, they have to plan around their kids schedule, and to, if they have another job that's sustaining their life or their livelihood right now, or at that moment of interviewing, they have to schedule and plan around that job so that way they can land an opportunity they're actually going for. And when it comes to effort, they're researching, they're changing up their resumes, they're making time, they're, of course, going through questions or possible questions, researching different questions and how to answer those questions. So there's a lot of time and preparation when it comes to interviewing, and also resources. Not to mention, if this person don't have a job, they have to come up with some type of money to print off the resumes. Or if the person do have a job, they are losing money because they have to take time out to complete the interviews. So yes, respecting someone's time and effort is a must. Um, when it comes to protecting the employee's brand, the employer's brand, as a recruiter, how can you protect the brand if the first, you know what they say, first impressions are everything? How can you protect the brand if your first impression was ghosting a candidate? You can't, because now that candidate has um, this negative, is left with this negative impression on you, about you and the company, and now they're wanting to tell people, hey, like, don't waste your time. They never got back to me. They've ghosted me, and things like that. So yeah, definitely, you're not protecting the brand. Maintaining a professional connection. So yes, that candidate might not be a great fit for that role, but it's all about professionalism. Ghosting indicates unprofessionalism because you lack communication. But when it comes to just communicating, it could be communicating about, hey, not getting the job, or hey, this job is actually filled, or hey, this job might not be a best fit for you, but we'll definitely keep you in the pipeline. And you know, reach back out to that person instead of putting them on the wayside and having that person a month later reach out to you like, oh, I remember you. So yeah, definitely keeping a professional or maintaining a professional relationship through communication. Stop ghosting. Ensuring fairness and transparency. Just tell the truth. Be fair. Be honest. You can't. I know you can't. I know you can try to be as open as possible, but just being honest and transparent when it comes to communication is key. As the comment said, ghosting do happen because they don't care. They care enough to make you a number and not feel and fill a seat, versus paying attention to those relationships and continuously building relationships that that could potentially help both at the end of the day. When it comes back to the comment that was made, and part of that comment is that ghosting happens because they don't really care. It's really that simple. You might be right. Because I've experienced ghosting, and I felt like the recruiter don't care. But if they don't care, then and also that correlates to in that comment, it pretty much correlates to being just a number, or being a number game. And if that's the case, then as a recruiter, if you are focused on the metrics of it, then you're not focusing on building and maintaining long lasting relationships. Those relationships built and kept in a positive way, then that trickles into one great work performance. Then that bring more people to you, in a positive way and not a negative way. It don't shed light on you as a recruiter in a negative way in your company. As a recruiter, you should not include those in your conversation if you're not genuine about keeping or maintaining a relationship. You've already started to build a relationship with that candidate. Now that candidate expects you to do your part. Help them find that job that you've mentioned. Allow us to hear back from you because we're waiting. And stop ghosting, because as a recruiter, your job is to help find and fill those positions. So we're going to reach out to you just for that. I don't know what's going on with me today, but I just cannot get this video out. Okay, so as always, thank you so much for your support and watching my video. Let me know in my comments below if you've been ghosted by a recruiter, and give me a little bit about that story so other people could see too. Not only I'm going through this, but other professionals and other people in different fields. I know people that are in the restaurant field. I know people that are in the warehouse industry, and they're being ghosted. I came across a person that took him almost 6 months, and he was laid off from his warehouse job to find another warehouse job. So it's not only about in the professional aspect, it's also in jobs that are your hospitality, your restaurant, your um, warehouse or industrial. So let me know, let everybody know. Definitely comment below because we want to see your story and want to hear from you. And then also, I forgot to mention, I did pull some of this from different articles, but one main article that I would love to make sure that everyone take a time out to read, which will be linked in the description below. In that article, it pretty much addresses ghosting in recruitment, not only harming the candidates, but it also harms and damages the employee branding. And then that is by Clark J. 2023, The Hidden Cost of Ghosting Job Candidates, and it was reviewed by Harvard Business Review. So definitely take the time to review that article if you're a recruiter and hiring manager, so that way you could try to make those changes, or you could turn around and make those changes for candidates like myself and stop that ghosting. Because again, it is 2024. Your girl is, it is 2024. It's towards the end, and your girl is still trucking in the job market. And again, I always remember we will definitely get through this. We'll definitely get through this together. And I can't wait to see you in my next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye.